In this video, I want to discuss about an important topic, that is difference between discipline and self-discipline. So it's a whole different thing because it's an whole different thing. It's because discipline is something that you are doing in every single day and you're following it in a manner and you're never skipping a day and you're doing as it is supposed to do. So let's say you're a normal guy, a normal average dude, and let's say you joined the gym. Now you're truly disciplined. Just because you're joined the gym, you need to hit 7 days a week. That's what coach says. Coach says to hit 7 days a week. And if you're a disciplined guy, you would hit gym 7 days a week. Simple as that. So what's self-discipline? Okay, let's talk about the disciplined guy first. This disciplined guy hits 7 days every single day he goes to the gym. But when he has free time, it's where things catches up. When he has free time, he would play video games. He would spend it on YouTube watching or scrolling, don't know what to do. He would spend it on YouTube. He would spend it on a snack, whatever. He would spend all this time on some, mostly it's video games or some party, some socializing is a different thing, but video games, sitting there at home doing nothing is different. So this guy does that. He spends those times in for video games. So what the self-disciplined guy, which I actually talked about before, what he does is he would spend those free time to work. He would spend all those free time to work. He would never spend time for all these playing video games or having a snack. He would stick on to his good diet and he would work a lot. He would try to find a lot of opportunities in his work. Let's say if he's a businessman, it's two scenarios, two businessmen. And one guy, and both goes to gym 7 days a week. One is disciplined as well as self-discipline. He has some own conditions and rules to himself, to his life, even though nobody says him to go to the gym or what he does it when he has free time. The self-disciplined guy would spend it on the work. He would spend it on to try and get more clients, look back and review his mistakes in his gym workouts or form, or he goes out to the grocery shop to buy out the mining groceries which he actually need. He would spend times to this. But whenever the guy who's just disciplined to the gym and just disciplined to the work, when he finds free time and he thinks that he has done everything the work has said, he won't aspire for something more. He won't sit there and think, maybe I should spend all this extra time to work, maybe I can get better clients. He won't think like this. Instead he will think like, oh, I've done a lot of work, I'm going to play video games. That's what this difference between discipline and self-discipline. And that's another character which is undisciplined, which is simply skipping a day of the gym, and they are just undisciplined. So just skipping the day of gym like that, and you decide to join, it's a big undisciplined thing. Until or unless you have someone to go out for business, it's a complete different scenario. Your priority is to do work. But simply skipping the gym just because the first day or second day made you a bit hurt, it's not the way. You're just undisciplined. So in a broad base, there are three categories: undisciplined and types of undisciplined if you want to have it. But the self-disciplined guy is unbeatable. If you want real life examples, let's say, if you know about UFC fighters, that's the difference between all the other UFC fighters and Khabib, the Eagle Nurmagomedov or whatever it is. This guy always trains and prays to the God. He won't spend time for video games. He reportedly said it, and he looks like a guy who does it all. He would train and he would pray to God. That's what all he does, and that's why he's undefeated. That's why he got 29 wins or something and 0 actual losses in UFC. That's the only thing which has shaped his mind, because there's nothing else in his mind. None of all these wasted time in video games, none of things in useless relationships. Instead, he gets strong and big through relationships. So that's how he's so undefeated and he's the champion. To become the champion, you need to have some self-discipline. And discipline doesn't always work. Just being disciplined, just reporting to the camp all the time. Whenever the camp starts and you start coming and working, it's not the way. It's self-discipline, guys. Don't act the same way. I've seen many UFC fighters having all this, doing these vlogs, having an off time, eating something. If you want to have off time, you can spend out time somewhere. That's okay, and you can still talk about business during the camp vacation. That must be your vacation. It should be a business vacation. It should be a travel due to business. Then you can talk a lot of business while traveling. There can be a lot of things, and work can be done anywhere. You can work every single minute. Even you're on Sundays and your holiday for your physical training, you can work on your business. That's how your mind should work. Not instead I'm gonna play video games, I'm getting enough salary, my fighting skill is kinda okay, I'm gonna play video games. This is your discipline, but not actually the top 1% category. The top 1% category won't spend their time as much or as they actually like. They do what they're supposed to do. And that's why they win at the end. And self-disciplined guys win at life. They get what they want, they have peace deep inside their heart, even though people say, this guy is doing a lot of things, he might not have peace, he's not eating sugar at all, this guy's on strict diet, he might not he doesn't have peace. People think like that. He gets peace in the heart. Deep inside the heart he has peace. And it only comes through hard work and self-discipline. Self-discipline is a whole another category. Never call yourself as the self-disciplined guy. You're just attending school or just attending the gym and spending some all this free time, gathering free time, not sleeping, spending it on video games, watching anime and things like that. It's a big flaw. And this self-disciplined guy would spend his summer vacation in a very good manner. I'm talking about full-grown man or full-grown guy, an 18-year-old or plus. Leave about the children. I don't want to talk about children because I'm myself, and even I am 17 years old. I am come under children, but I still kind of try to work along and I get something which I don't have. So that's, I'm not here to brag out myself. I'm just basic idea I just want to answer is that you should be self-disciplined in order to achieve great and big goals. Khabib, the Eagle Nurmagomedov, the UFC fighter which I mentioned previously in this video, he never skipped a day of training and he never spent his free time for playing video games. He would spend it for making money or getting some bigger network or actually tuning up his training, asking for reviews, training other people around him. He would spend times for these things instead of playing their video games and they set time to pray every single day to God. And it's a huge thing. And many people don't have it. Even though the big UFC fighters, if you want to compare the same category, if you can take Conor McGregor, whatever his name is, and this guy, of course, he's a very good fighter, and his left hand is super good, but still, he spends some of his free times roaming around in jets, having drinks, using alcohol, partying with some drugs and things like that. So it's not self-disciplined, even though he's disciplined to his journey of UFC, even though he's disciplined towards his work, towards his career or towards his passion that is fighting. But still deep inside he's not self-disciplined, he's not total self-disciplined character. That's why he spends time to drink. So you can't just say people drink just for the experience. Drinking for the first time and completely leaving is complete scenario than drinking for several times after you drink the first time. So there are certain people who never touch a drink and they touch a drink for only one time in their entire lives. And the third category, of course, they drink regularly. So when the first two categories are wiped away, maybe second category is considered self-discipline because he just tested it just because he wants to know how it feels. And he would manipulate his mind in this, after this same time. He would say to his mind that I'm not going to drink anymore, and he won't touch the drink after that. That's called self-disciplined as well. It's a completely different scenario, you understand, right? So we can't just say that doing this in particular action, that is eating a having a chocolate, is saying that completely indisciplined guy or something like that. The general idea is you tend to get a lot or get something more, or you tend to prioritize the time towards work rather than just spending out on video games, or just aiming or planning or thinking of having days of rest of I'm going to play video games all this time. If you have this mindset, you're done. You are simply just disciplined but not having the true self discipline to yourself. But if you think that in free time I can work more, maybe I can extend my business, and you're thinking this way, you're actually a self disciplined guy, because you have your own set of rules in life. You're not going to spend time for video games any time ever again. That's the spirit. See you in the next video.